Okay, we are back and all of my tags are correct now, but I just wanted to share this one little bit. See how this is highlighted? This is the water, the program diagram, and the legend. So it's all grouped together. And I don't want that. And if I go over here and I right click, I could hit explode and that would make these into separate groups, but I run the risk of merging the geometry if I do that. So I'm going to do it piece by piece. So this is I'm triple clicking to get all of this. I'm just going to drag around it and then drag around this. Oops. So this looks like it's in a group. And then this, if I hit shift, it comes up with that plus minus. That'll let me add this. And you can see that it's all in the legend layer, but it's inside of this other group, which complicates things. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to go edit cut, or you can do Control X. I'm going to click anywhere outside the layer. You can see that closed it. And then I'm going to hit edit, paste in place. I want this to be, I think that's all right. I think maybe I just want this piece of it to be inside of this group. So I'm going to I'm going to put that. And then I'm going to open this group by double clicking on it. And then I'm going to edit, paste that in place. And then I'm going to select all, Command A. And I want these again, I want anything that's like within the group to be on the untagged layer. And I'll think about how to show why that's important. But for now, I would say just trust me that it's important. So we'll do that. The other thing that we forgot to do in the last video is to check this. And I know because this project is it's been through design review, but I know that these row houses right here, these are 16 feet and then these are 20 along the waterfront. So I'm just going to use my tape measure tool. I can do that using the T button, but it should show me 20 feet. Yep. And then these guys should be 16 more or less. Okay, so that's great. So we know that that's right. Now, in order for me to start manipulating this, I'm going to want to make these from line work into actual geometries. Let's start with the tree line, and then we can go into the buildings and things like that. Um, so let's start with the water. Oops. See what happened there? Okay, so the water, even though the water is on the water layer, it's also on the parcel layer. So I need to separate that out. That's why the water needs to be on its own layer. So let me get in there. And when I click it, you see it's on the parcel layer. And so I think the line weight is on the parcel layer, or the group is on the parcel layer, and the actual line weight or the line work is on the water layer. So I'm going to make this untagged. I'm gonna click out of that group. Now let's see if I got that. Okay, that looks good. So now the parcel can get turned off and I can actually just work on the water. So that's great. So I want to make this into a piece of geometry. And in order to do that, the easiest way to do it is just to draw a line anywhere from one point to another, and that'll give you a solid piece of geometry to work with. So there we've got that one. Um, Tree line, we don't really need that for this right of way. We don't need that right now. Program diagram is going to be another one because we're actually like doing some diagramming work in this. And we'll be drawing on these. We'll be making these actual, but you can see I drew that line, but because it's a closed group, it didn't do anything. So now I'm in this, and you can tell that it's a group because when I click it, it all lights up blue. So if I click it, that'll give me the whole group. Now, if I double click it, now I can see that the basketball courts, because remember from the last video, if these are basketball courts. Now, these are still in a group, and I have the option here. I can explode them, or I can work inside of them. See how it when I open it up, or I can do something else, which let's do that. I'm going to make this a new rectangle, and then I'm going to make this a group of its own. So I right clicked, I'm going to make it a component. I'm going to call it basketball court. Okay. And now I'm going to use this offset tool and I'm going to offset, let's say like 6 inches. And you can, so I clicked and dragged and you can see in the distance box down here, it's giving me an option. So I'm going to just type 6 and hit enter because my default is inches. And then I'm going to do the line tool and I can either come over here, this is my big tool palette, and it'll find the midpoint for me. And then, interesting. That's that. Okay. See how it gets kind of distorted looking? And then I'm going to use the offset tool again. And now I've got that. And I'm going to, just kind of like make some features of a basketball court. Actually, before I erase those, I kind of need the center one. I'm going to use the center tool, the circle tool. If I click and hold on the circle tool, it'll give me some options for like how I want to make the circle. This works for me, and I can't remember if it's 12 feet, but we'll just do that for now. Actually, I don't think it's that big. Oh, 12 feet is the diameter, so we'll go 6 feet is and you have to use the feet symbol because we're in inches and things, and then we'll do like 6 foot, 6 foot 6. There we got that. And then we can use this to set up the just basic dimensions for basketball. Let's say that's 20 feet. I don't know. Um, and here I'm just spitballing. So I didn't look up actual dimensions for a basketball court, but this is just for our purposes. We're just kind of like exploring. Um, I'm going to just copy this, cut, copy, and then I'm going to use the rotate tool. This tool right here, the shortcut is Q. And it'll snap to the dimensions that I need. And I'm just going to put that here. And then we can offset these, just like 6. We'll do 6. Okay. So we have just basic stuff. I'm deleting the extra lines that I don't need. And good enough for now. It's basic basketball court. I'm going to copy this and put it in these others. And then that piece is done. Okay, so we've got water, we've got basketball courts, but we need the site. So let me pause for a minute and we'll come back and do the site.